This playthrough is rated E for everyone.
Think back to your worst nightmare. The feeling of dark isolation and helplessness. The feeling that an evil force controlled your destiny. Perhaps we can compare these emotions with the terror that enclosed the people of Kenai. Their peace had been shattered by the domination of an evil demon named Demonicus. His long arms of decimation swept over the lands and burned all life in an inferno of slaughter and destruction. Yet even the worst nightmares offer some hope for survival. Kanai's fortunes lay in this stunning warrior of indomitable strength. His bravery was renowned throughout the land, as he had once saved an entire world from similar destruction. But now his challenge was greater than ever before. The insurmountable ferocity of Demonicus was frightening even to our courageous hero. But a real man never shows his fear. And Adol was, in fact, a most gallant soul. He battled Demonicus with equal intensity in this horrific struggle to the death. The skies had darkened, and the earth shook as Demonicus applied his brutal force and displayed his savage rage. There were to be no prisoners in this holy war of good over evil. Demonicus unleashed his awesome size and strength against our hero, but Adol's cunning wit allowed him to avoid and eclipse all of the alien's fatal blows. There was more than just a miracle behind this savior of tormented lands. Who could fight such courageous battles and manage to pull victory from such impossible odds? Who was this strange raider of evil foes? His legend and the legend of this land are about to be retold. The adventure is in the spirit of the warrior, and the warrior is you. Go now, Adol, and seek out these dark forces that oppress and terrorize the innocent lives of Kenai.
The power is yours! Greetings and salutations, viewers. Vauldemare back here with a new game from my library, and this time it's Wonders of East. Almost 3 years have passed since Adol rescued the land of East for the Dark One, which is 1 and 2. Adol and his courageous companion Dogi were wandering the lands in search of adventure. One day, they happened to hear a rumor about Dogi's hometown. Or is it Dogi? I'm not sure. I always keep forgetting how they pronounce it. I think it's Dogi, actually. They were told of a searing heat that had burned the prosperous fields of Kenai. The town had been infiltrated by gangs of dark and eerie goons. I just love the translation of that. Just dark goons. Just something funny about that. As Adol listened to these atrocities, his blood raged and his adrenaline flowed. As are you wont to do. I guess Adol is the pure spirit that the games present him as. Adol's next adventure was upon him. Yeah, this is Wonders of East. This is one of 2 variations of the 3rd game. The other version is like the Oath of Felghana or whatever. Yeah, East 3 is a weird one because they've got 2 different versions of the game. This version I'm playing is the TurboGrafx-16 version of the game. The reason I played this one is mainly for the soundtrack. Most people consider this the best soundtrack in the game, bar none. Okay, we can press start to skip that. Or is it select on the TurboGrafx? Now, I'm playing this not on a legitimate TurboGrafx-16 console because I've long since lost that. So I had to play this through the retro arc. So apologies that I'm not playing this physically. This game came out in 1989, I think, for Falcom, and then 1991 by Hudson for us American folk. This game originally came out on the PC 98 engine, but this is the TurboGrafx-16 version. This game also came out on the Super Nintendo and the Sega Genesis. People consider the Sega Genesis the hardest one, but the one that's more closely adapted to the original game. I like this one just because, like I said, the music, it's got the cheesy cutscenes and the cheesy American dialogue, and as you saw, they show Adol being yellow-haired or blonde-haired, and yet he's red-haired. He's always been like that, so that was the kind of the American adaptation to this game. I kind of miss 90s eras types of games and stuff like that with some of the either cheesy voice acting or the designs and everything like that. But as you can see here, the game plays a little bit differently from the previous East games, which were more of a top-down view. This one's a side-scroller. I'll probably play the other version of this game eventually, but for now, I'm looking for something like that's a little bit more challenging, but not super where I have to focus. Well, I have to focus in a different manner. And this one is based on my reflexes more than anything. But let's start the adventure and see how Adol's journey to Kanai starts.
Hey, Adol! Smell that fresh sea breeze? The ship is in top shape. We're ready to shove off.
I like anime openings. I miss those in video games. That's classic anime. Long time no see, Jatai. It's me, Dogi. 10 years have passed since I left this town. Dogi, well, I'll be. You were just a kid last time I saw you. How you grown? Look, here's a friend of mine. Hey, Adol, come here. Well, he's not gonna say anything. Adol's a silent protagonist, so, you know. What the? So this is your hometown. Cool! This is Adol. This is Adol. We've been traveling together for the last 2 years. Yeah, ever since the first game and second game. We've heard that terrible things have been happening around Sarina. What's been going on? We've had a poor harvest and violent monsters are everywhere. There are frightening events taking place. It'd really make the townsfolk feel better to know that you are back. Why don't you go and greet them? Adol, let's go. Yeah, Adol talks? He's not supposed to talk. Yeah, for some reason in this game they made him talk. Adol's supposed to be silent protagonist, but yeah, he was some of the cuts, or some of the credits, even though we just saw the credits, but yeah, East 3, the Wonders from East. Like I said, I will play the other version of the third game eventually.
Well, what do you think? Do you like my town?
Oh, excuse me.
Hey, why don't you look where you're going?
Say, aren't you Dogi?
Elena? I barely recognized you.
Dogi, you haven't changed a bit.
Very funny, Elena. Tell me, how's your brother, Chester?
I haven't seen him in the last few months. I'm sorry, but I'm in a hurry.
After so many years, we finally meet again, and now you've got to run? Adol, I'm going ahead to the inn. See you later.
Dogi, Earthwall companion since the first, I think it's the first game. It's kind of weird how he's always joining us on our journey, but yet he makes no contribution really to them except for a few situations, despite his strength and everything like that. So, alright, this is the gameplay. It's a side-scroller. You can press the, I believe on the original TurboGrafx-16, I think it was A button to jump and B for attack. And you can also use B for interactions. Alright, let's change some of the stuff before we continue on. Let's change the message to fast. Now, if you're playing some of the other versions of the game or the original PC engine, you can actually change the difficulty and make it... This is just set to... I think it's technically set to normal mode, but it's like easy mode, because this one, though this game has some difficult sections, is overall easier than the others. But anyway, we got message fast, so we go through this a lot quicker. We're also level 1, 10 strength, 10 defense, and 100 experience to the next level. We can also save the game. We'll just save it to file number 1. Easy peasy. And we also got equipment here. We got nothing! Wait, aren't we an adventure? Didn't we get like really epic gear for the first game? What's going on? Apparently we sold it or lost it or gave it away or something. I don't know. It's like Metroid, except they don't really explain why. This inn is a friendly place, Dogi. I used to work in this inn a long time ago. I have so many memories of my life in Sarina. This place hasn't changed in the 10 years since I worked here. Huh. Yeah, there's really not much to... If you want to talk to someone, just walk up to them and press A, and they'll talk to them. Dogi says the same thing, so... Alright, let's go on an adventure. Let's see what's going on in this town. Let's see what this house has to say. Mayor Grady isn't home. I guess he must be, well, the mayor. How do we know that he's the mayor? Because the game told us. Poor Mayor Grady seems so worried. Well, he's not there, so... Grandma Ada won't come out of her house since her son Roy died in the mining accident. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Let's cheer her up. Please leave me alone. Talking to nice young men like you reminds me of my late son Roy. But you just told me to leave you alone. Talk about bipolar grandma, I guess. Yeah, we want to get some equipment before we head on. We got 1,000 gold, so we can afford the basic equipment. This town can't survive without the Tagir mine. If the monsters control it, we are ruined. Yeah, mining towns can be destroyed by their loss of mining, you know. Anyway, this lady that owns the, I guess, item shop, she sells ring power. What ring power is in this game, like all the other East games, rings are where you get your magic from. Ring power can max out 255, but you get ring power also from defeating enemies. Right now we don't need to fill it up because we don't have any rings, but we will get some eventually. You can also buy items and herbs. Right now we only have enough money for an herb and equipment, so let's buy an herb. Healing herbs, you can only carry one of them, and they'll heal your HP completely. So, yeah, we'll buy one. And, yeah, thank you. Alright, we'll come back later when we run out of that. Down to equip an item, you must make sure to equip it. So, what you do is press, if you go to the menu here, plus, I believe it's the start button on the TurboGrafx-16 to swap the equipment. So you have to press up and down to switch between sword, armor, shield, ring, and item. So for the healing herb, we need to press right to select it. And then when you're in combat, press the select button to actually use it. So it won't auto-use, you have to use it yourself. I've seen many people from Valentine Castle around here these days. It's like they're spying on us. Dang nobles, freaking spying on us. I've never seen you before. Are you a traveler? Yep. You should know me by my shock of red hair. Very few people in this series has red hair outside of Adol to make them stand out. Anyway, let's buy a sword. Oops, I pressed the wrong button. I pressed the wrong button again. Okay, well, anyway, we can buy short sword, broadsword. We gotta buy short sword because we got just enough money for the basic stuff. So, yeah, 400 for that. And then a set of armor, leather armor, for 300. And then a shield, wooden shield. So for 200, and there you go. Thank you. We'll get money really fast, so don't worry about, well, super fast anyway. Alright, let's equip the sword, armor, and shield. Yeah, now we're ready to go. So yeah, now our strength has gone up by 10, now our defense has gone up by 15 by all the equipment we equipped. Yeah, if you want to attack in this game, you just press the A button. And you can also attack in different ways. Up, you can press down and attack, and then you swing your sword. Pretty straightforward. Most of the unlike the previous. What happened? He's come back to where it's at the Tigre mine. These monsters came out of nowhere.
Monsters! They came out of nowhere. Mayor Grady is still trapped in the mine. Someone must rescue him. Who are you?
Mayor Grady is trapped. I'll go.
A miner called Harvey already went to look for Grady, but we haven't heard from him since he entered the mine.
Well, looks like we got a quest objective. So yeah, Adol, like the good hero he is, immediately goes into adventure mode. So now we're in deep trouble. The monsters have taken over the mine. Oh, there's some other dialogue. So Mayor Grady's our leader. Something happened to him. We'll be lost. Really? Without your leader? Seriously? Okay, some of the guys have the same dialogue. Your only hope. Please find the mayor. Okay, they all have the same thing. So yeah, not much in the way of dialogue here. Yeah, in the previous series, other versions of the game, you would, actually I'll go over that here in a second. It's dangerous out there, so you'll stay alert, walk tall. But yeah, previous games, you just run into enemies to hit them. In this game, we have to actively press a button to do that. So you would block games in the previous game by, not attacking, so that's who you defend. In this game, nope, you have to avoid stuff. So, and listen to this music. Is this not awesome? That's awesome. Yeah, I love the music for this. It's just epically, just hardcore. Oh, I don't know if hardcore's the word. Anyway, we got some bugs, flying bugs, and like centipedes or something like that. I don't remember the name of all the creatures. I think they're like ants or something like that, and bees. But anyway, yeah, we want to make sure just to kind of go slow and calm, because this is one of those games where there's no invincibility spheres, so which works for the enemies too. So keep that in mind. But yeah, there's no invincibility spheres. So now for some reason you see that I got hit. Now I could heal that. There's another thing I can do. In the dungeons, you don't auto heal. Unfortunately, you have to either heal from levels or using items. However, if you leave a dungeon, let me get back, and we gain a level too. Also, gaining levels in the game is really easy. But yeah, if you step outside, we auto heal. That's the only way to heal out from a dungeon. Well, I don't need to heal that badly. Now, probably a good rule of thumb is probably gain a couple levels, but you can beat this area without gaining any levels. But really the best way to go about this is just fight everything once, at least. Maybe not go out of your way of it, but if it's in your way, yeah, the challenge of the beasts is they'll fly at you, but they won't drop down too far, so you could duck down. Or if you need to get up, you could slice above them. I'll try not to spam the attack button, even though it's just easier to do that because of the sound it makes, but the sound is not that annoying. So, yeah, but these guys aren't too difficult. The difficult ones are up ahead in this section. Yeah, we got some pterodactyls, and we also got some ogres. Yeah, whoa! Yeah, those guys can really pounce your HP if you're not careful. So yeah, look at that. I've already lost quite a bit of HP from that, so. Yeah! Yeah, it does not take very long to lose your HP. Holy crap. Alright. Let's go in here. Door's locked, huh? But that's not what we want. We want this. Alright, get the power ring. Now, I've already lost a ton of HP, so I'm gonna have to heal. Which means, oh, we kicked a level already. Nice. Okay, so let me go to a quick save spot. There's spots in the game that if you do die, it'll take you to an area where it like temp saves or whatever. So let me go up here. And basically, most rooms that have like a possible boss will temp save it. So this room is a safe spot for a boss. Man, look at that creepy. You hear that creepy music. But anyway, before we continue further, what the ring is that we got is the power ring. What that does is it uses a ring power and it doubles your attack power. So you want to save this for bosses for the most part. But anyway, by stepping in this room, I've now temp saved it, which means if I die for some reason, I will pop up there instead. So, which in the early game, it is possible for you to die pretty easily. Like I said, you don't have invincibility spheres in this game. So if you stand in front of an enemy, you'll take all the hits. But like I said, bosses and enemies also suffer from that too. So there is a way to like take advantage of that when you're fighting certain groups or certain bosses. Yeah, the ogres are really heinous because if you're not careful, they can one-shot you. So because of when they fling their clubs. Anyway, just keep going up this way. We should find a new enemy here. Yeah, green slimes. Even though those guys look like worms, those are slimes. These guys are pretty easy, although sometimes they'll jump at you, so you have to be a little careful. Anyway, if we go up here, we get. I do love the East, like, item grab stuff. But anyway, Roy's pendant, which, remember that lady said her son was Roy?
Who are you? Get out of here! Immediately!
What's going on here? Where's Grady?
Move! Ow!
Are you alright?
I'll be okay. Who was that guy? Mayor Grady is still in there somewhere. I tried to find him, but the mine is too big. Take this key to the storehouse, where you will find a hidden sword. Hurry! Only you can help the mayor.
Yeah, who was that jerk anyway? Hurry, go back to the main cave, seek the room up to the right. Why do I need the sword? I could continue on, but yeah, we can use it. Get the sword from the storehouse in the upper right part of the cave. He says the cave is like too big. It's a single, there's no like complicated roads. It's just one road goes to that place. But anyway, yeah, we need to go back to that one room we were just at. Depending on how it goes, I might need another heal. We'll see. The boss isn't actually that hard per se. It's all about the, like I said, the invincibility or the spheres of attack on the guys. So it's possible to take like a ton of damage back to back if you're not careful. So like I say, it's not a super hard boss, but you really do it. You still have to semi-pay attention to this game because of, like I said, what I mentioned earlier. Yeah, I can't get enough of this music, even though it repeats every like few seconds. It's just so awesome. Sometimes I'll just listen to the soundtrack by itself, you know. That's why, like I said, this is why I wanted to play this version of the game. Like I said, if I want to play the more legit version, I'd probably play well, technically, I think this game is considered not canon because of like how far it deviates from the original East 3 game. That's why, but I wanted to play this one first and then go to the other one. Okay. All right, before I fight, and it auto saves here, so if I die, it'll just pop me right back up here. Okay, let's go ahead and put the power ring, because that'll help us do a lot of damage to this guy. For boss time against Dallin? Oh, anyway. The challenge with him is the swords that come through here, but also his fireballs. Yeah. I have to be a bit more careful against this guy. This guy's, like I said, a little bit more dangerous. But yeah, if you press start, you'll be popped right back up here. Let me try it one more time. If not, I'll go get a heal. Like I said, not too difficult, but I have to be a bit more careful. Let's try this fight against Adol again. So yeah, those swords right there will charge after you. Yeah, the easiest way is to try and duck if you can. Ah. Yeah. You have to be, but unfortunately, if you duck and crawl, you're a little bit slower when it comes to that. Yeah, action games, I am not like 100% like good at these, so this is why I'll probably die a few times on these guys. And I'm a bit antsy when it comes to stuff like that. So. Now for the fireball, you can stand a little bit far away, because if you get right next to him, there we go. Then you can avoid his fireball, as you can see, the way it has a little bit of an arc. Ah! Yeah, those swords are the things that get you. Because there's 4 swords there that come after you, so I might have to grab a healing herb. Let me go back and get one. Yeah, I know, folks, I'm not that good at this game to where... Whoops. I'm not that good at this game where I can, like, beat this guy super easy. Even though this is one of the easier versions of these 3, I'm just not that good. Yeah, let's go back and go grab another heal herb. I didn't want to use that one earlier, but I got smacked so badly that it was just like, man. Normally I cut this part out, but this game is like, because of how quick it is to get from one section to the next. And it's one of those things, it's easier to cut an RPG because of the way the mechanics kind of are set to like do that type of thing. In a game like this, you're kind of meant to just you know, show the whole thing. I don't know. I feel like it's just weird to cut out stuff from this. So let's head back to town. Luckily, we just head straight back into town afterwards. So the next boss actually isn't as bad. That one's a little bit easier to fight, but you could also upgrade your equipment, but I don't believe it's necessary. I'm just really bad at I'm just really bad at these. Let's buy another one. Now, unfortunately, with healing herbs, you can only buy one at a time. That's just how it is, unfortunately. So it's so you can't just spam the heal and just fight, just like run through bosses and stuff like that. Yeah, I played the you know, for before this episode I played or before I began recording this I tried to play test the boss just so I knew what to do, and I'm still dying. So of course I did use an herb to beat him. So I know there's people out there who can do it without an herb and not get hit, but that's not the game. That's not the playthrough I'm playing through. This game is supposed to be a palate cleanser from like doing RPGs all the time, and I wanted an action game to play for a bit. I thought about playing some other types of games, but I was like, you know, it's been a while since I played these. The third one, I think the third one I did like 6 years ago or something like that. Or the first one. I mean, first and second one, I recorded that like a couple of years ago, and I did the PSP version. So, but the third one, I really tried to decide which one I wanted to do. And yeah, everyone says the TurboGrafx, and then I played it again, and I heard the music. I was like, oh yeah, this is the one I want to play. Now we gained another level. I'm not trying to level grind for this, you know. But you know, with how bad I did against this guy, maybe I should. All right, let's try again against boss fight against Dalen the Wizard. Ah. Yeah, see, if you get a certain level, you can just kind of browbeat the boss, so, which I kind of don't like doing sometimes. I might have to use it. Oops. Yeah, we'll use it. Even though we heal, like, right afterwards. I just want to see the boss's name again. I think it was Dalen. It's sorry, Duran or Dulan. Sorry. Oh, right. I need to unequip the ring. Oh. Now we get the long sword for beating him. Alright, let's turn out the ring. Otherwise, our ring power will go up. Which we don't need that against any normal enemies. So, alright. Yeah, we get the long sword, so our strength goes up a little bit. As you can see there, now we're at 60, although our gaining levels also raises our strength. But now that we've gotten the longsword, now let's head back to the miner. Yeah, most of these guys should be pretty easy. From what I understand, the TurboGrafx-16, it's easier to get levels in this game, so you'll probably max out your levels much sooner than the final boss of this game. But yeah, like I said, I didn't play this because the game was supposedly easier. I played it because of the awesome music. And the cheesy cutscenes and stuff like that. And the cheesy voice acting. I mean, I don't like bad voice acting, but I like cheesy voice acting, if that makes sense. There's a difference. There's some voice acting that's so bad, it's just, like, painful. But in this game, I think it's cheesy. So, hey, dude. You better hurry and help Mayor Grady. Alright, let's do it. I can do that. Whoa. Hope I don't. Oh, my leg! Yeah, I'll have to buy another herb, but I'll do that back in town whenever we get there. So, alright, let's help the mayor. Yeah, there should be some slimes around here. I guess I could have avoided them, but yeah, there's slimes. They're a staple of any RPG. Yeah, this is another boss room, so auto-save. So, alright, let's do it. Yeah, really quickly gets to the next boss already, man. Alright, equip the power ring. Always equip the ring, no matter what it is. For boss time against Elfir or whatever. Ah, no. Okay. Well, she'll do 2 attacks. She'll either spawn these like ray shields or whatever you want to call them. And the way the range of them go is it's based off where you're jumping. So you want to jump like kind of right when they get to you and over her and then slice her. If you get too close, she'll hit you with her lightning attack, and that's pretty much all her attacks. So not too difficult, easier than Duran by far. I mean, Duran, like I said, I suck. That's why Duran seemed challenging, because he beat me multiple times, but he's really not that hard. It's just, I'm really bad at action games. And there you go, she's done. Or Elifair or Elfelu, depending on which version of the game you're playing. Yeah, pretty easy. And for Forbidden Year, we get the sunset statue. Alright. Oop. Whoa, what was that? That was weird.
Grady, from now on, you'd better mind your own business.
You don't understand the power you're dealing with. It will destroy everybody, not just us, but you too, Spinkman.
Are you still here? I thought I told you to leave. How many times do I have to repeat myself? You are brave to oppose me, boy. This time, I'll let you go. But if you ever get in my way again, I will have no choice but to kill you.
Good job, young'un. Who are you?
I came to rescue you.
I'm sorry that you're in danger because of me. Let's leave this pit, my boy. My leg. Could you help me walk? Harvey, what will we do if the mine has been destroyed?
Oh, Mayor Grady. I don't know. Your name is Adol. Thank you for saving the mayor. Go now. The villagers must be told that he is safe.
Alright, let's go talk to the townspeople. Go and tell the villagers the mayor's safe. Thank you. Alright, yeah, we got the sunset statue for saving the mayor. And I like how the jerk character just like walks off and just flops onto the ground. I mean, it's just, you know, game mechanics, but it's still just kind of funny. He doesn't walk down the stairs, he just falls down the stairs. Like, you know, like he's the player or something like that, so. Adol, you're back alive. Dogi must see you. It's dangerous. Oh. Yeah, must see me? I mean, he is my friend, so. Yeah, let's go talk to him. I've never seen. Oh, okay. Yeah, the same dialogue. We won't buy new equipment right now. So you may be. Oh, okay. Yeah, you say the same dialogue. I forgot a lot of people say the same dialogue. Before we talk to Dogi, let's, actually, we don't need an herb anymore because we already. Let's, raise up our healing power. Yeah, we'll recharge it, why not? But the crystal will make a serum to recharge spring power. Okay. And we still have the... Oh no, we did use the... Right, we used the... let's buy another herb. Yep. Always have an herb in your inventory. There's no reason not to. Do you say the same thing? Yep. Ah! Stop talking! Stop it! That was my fault for talking to him, so... Oh yeah, we want to go talk to the old lady and give her the pendant. Her son's pendant. You, that pendant. Yes? It was Roy's. So you are the one who went to help the miners. Here, take this ring for your kindness. Maybe you can stop all this wickedness. And we get the shield ring, which cuts all damage by half. But it does use ring power, so... Be careful, we don't want any more men to die young. This is probably the most useful ring in the game outside of the power ring because, you know, because of a person like myself who's really bad at these types of games, it'll help me last a little bit longer. You know. Is Grady back in his house yet? Nope, not yet. He's still there healing, so let's talk to Dogi and we'll get set up on our next journey. Or Dogi? I think it's Dogi, but...
Adol, you came just in time. There's something I'd like you to do. But first, Elena, could you tell us your story again?
I'm afraid to tell this to someone I've just met. But if you trust him... This is about my brother, Chester. It has been half a year since he left Sarina. It looks like he's working for King Maguire. I've heard bad rumors about Chester. They say he's been around Alcano Ruins. I found my brother's pendant near the entrance, so I know he's been there.
This might not have anything to do with Elena's story, but a priest named Pierre went to Alcano Ruins yesterday and hasn't returned. Adol, I'd like you to go to the ruins and look for Pierre. I'm concerned about the safety of the village. If you see Chester, tell him that his sister Elena is very worried.
Oh, I've forgotten to introduce myself. I'm Elena Studart. It's nice to meet you, Adol, but I'm sorry to burden you with my problems.
Alright, got our next objective. So, yeah, you were burdening with your problems, but I am a hero. It's weird how Dogi sends me to do all this stuff, but yet, isn't he the adventurer type who always like, man, you always leave behind your adventures? I'm like, you choose to do it, Dogi. Watch your step in there, it's a furnace. I hope the priest can be trusted. I hope he can too, so. Yeah, we'll save over that one. Okay, well, looks like our adventure has just started. We've already saved our first major character, only died a couple times, and now it's time to start up to the second place, the Volcano Ruins. Can we handle the heat of the ruins? Will Chester be found? What monsters will we wait inside? Find out next time in the next episode of East 3, Wonders from East. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, I'll see you next time.